Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. Only podcast in which we do things differently every single time. I know the guys on the audio side are really going to enjoy this. Listen, man, if you're new to this, you want to be true to this, make sure you hit that join button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, if there's any tech support people out there, please hit us in the comment section below. We're going to need that expeditiously. You know, I got the guys here with me. Sage, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I ain't gonna lie. I'm coming off of one of the best weeks of my life. Sorry if you guys actually thought I was not on the podcast, but I had to get a trophy today, man. The winner of this match and new, you feel me? Hopefully I didn't knock over my camera. New champion of YouTube, big 100K. Shout out to TSO. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I rarely let my nuts hang, but sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. So like, no, all shit aside, we really did it. I love the basketball content shit. Hell, that's why we talk about basketball on this platform all day, every day. Appreciate all the Keep It a Buckers that translated to TSO. Appreciate all the SNSers that appreciate that translated to TSO. But I ain't gonna lie, man. All the motherfuckers that say we couldn't do it when we left the NBA sphere to talk about some, well, actually anime nerd shit. You ate a dick, nigga. We did it! You feel me? Appreciate y'all, man. Let's continue the pod.
Damo, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Last two videos, 2 1 out of 10s in a row. Found my niche. Know what my pivot's gonna be. Streams been going pretty well. Probably streaming after this. And yeah, just chilling, enjoying this NBA off season.
What's the niche?
Drama. Beef. That's what the streets want.
You just while you was doing your shit.
Hey, niggas want drama alert, I guess. And I'm gonna feed the streets what they want,
bro.
What happens if there's no beef, though?
We're gonna make it. Hey, one thing I've learned and one thing I've realized, there's always beef. You just gotta find it. And I will find it.
It's always uncooked. It's never
always beef somewhere.
It's just always
and
uncooked.
If I ain't find it, guess what I'm making that night? Beef. Nigga. Type shit.
Bro, do what you want, man. Believe it.
I sure will.
Listen, if you listen to audio, make sure you leave a 5-star review. I actually have one right here in front of me. It says, thanks, guys. You got me through the roughest of times. I was about to end it all. And by it all, I mean my basketball career. But you guys kept me going. I'm a 5'3" point guard. And you helped me continue on the journey. So,
well, I thought that was brawny.
No. Let's get into the ball, man. Breaking news. Coming down from Adrian Wojnarowski, free agent KLAY Thompson plans to join the Dallas Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million deal with a player option. Sources tell ESPN Thompson ends his historic Warriors run as a part of a multi-team sign-and trade that'll also send Josh Green to Charlotte. Now, this was a very confusing, very disgusting trade. But all I am here to say, and I'll get to the meat and the potatoes, is the Warriors dynasty is done. The Warriors dynasty is done. I think we should spin back the block on, my older words about how the Warriors have failed Steph Curry for the past couple of years into his later career. But Damo, Sage, tell me how the Warriors let KLAY Thompson go. How they dropped the ball on this one?
Usually I would say that I can't call it drop the ball because KLAY ain't KLAY. Woo, woo, bang, bang. I'd give them some bail even there, even though in hindsight, KLAY, Dre, and Curry should have had more chips. But besides the point. However, man, the things that I'm hearing about why KLAY had to get out of there and like why KLAY knew that he was going to leave regard, y'all are nasty. Y'all sounded like I keep saying, yo, Warriors fans, like you are like us. Nick, you're next up. You're the chosen one. This is starting to become some Warrior shit. Low key, that the way that they've managed this situation, apparently, allegedly. They said they didn't have the money for PG. I mean, they said they didn't have the money for Clay. They didn't want to extend him too long term, but then they were willing to get Paul George, Max, all the other yada yada yada. Man, this is looking pretty bad. Now, do I think it's the end of the world that Klay Thompson isn't returning? Not necessarily, but it's a bad look. I don't know how they found a way to make this an awful look and essentially losing big time contracts, big time tradable contracts for funsies. It's not looking good for him, man.
End of an era, Damo.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't talking about that enough, in my opinion. I've seen this offseason, this free agency cycle so far. A lot of people are just glossing over the fact that the Splash Brothers are dismantled. They're glossing over the fact that Klay Thompson and Steph Curry will not share a backcourt. And this is the first time this has happened since 2012. Klay was drafted in 2011. So 2011, 2012. So over 10 years, these guys have been sharing a backcourt, giving us immaculate basketball, changed the way we play the game of basketball, changed how people see the game of basketball, how teams construct rosters, what people value in bigs, guards, wings, everything. And now he is on the Dallas Mavericks, which kudos to the Mavericks. Mavericks have one of those teams go to the finals, and they said they're not done yet. They go out there and get Najee Marshall, which is an upgrade from Derrick Jones. They go out there and they get Klay Thompson, who that was one of the 3 teams where I felt he would have fit very well on. So him going there, match made in heaven. He can go somewhere, shoot all the Klay Thompson shots he needs. The Warriors are clowns. Omar, I've apologized before. I gave you your flowers, and we are here now. They have mismanaged the tail end of the Warriors dynasty. You called it when they wouldn't trade the picks for, was it Bradley Beal at the time in 21?
It was like Bill Cat.
Yeah.
Go back to Wiseman shit if you want to for when I was saying it, but go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
But I'm saying around that time, because that was a 2020 pick, but even then, to your point, they wouldn't trade the players in the picks for any role player or any third star type of player, second star type of player at the time. And you called it that this is going to end very badly. Now, they didn't win in 22, but that win in 22 does not negate the fact that they probably killed off a 5-6 year run they could have had they managed this situation correctly. I don't know if you want to point at ownership, because Bob Myers is gone, so you can't point at Bob. So this is the front office at this point, and they've only gotten worse since Bob left. So disgusting work from the Warriors. Missed out on PG, missed out on trading Chris Paul and Wiggins for Zach LaVine, missed out on trading to get D'Lo at the very least. What did they get out of the sign and trade to Dallas? Did they get picks? Like what was it?
So they got some guys. I mean, they got some picks. Dallas is going to send them some picks. Josh Green is going to Charlotte. Let me see if I got it right here. So the report move will come through a sign and trade that will send Josh Green to Charlotte Hornets and 2 second-round picks to the Warriors. I think that there is a little bit more detail in that conversation, and I'll find that as well. But yeah, no, I've been saying it. I have been saying it. This was a fumble, historic level fumble. I know people thought that Wiseman would have panned out, I guess, whatever. All these guys, it shouldn't be a situation where we're coming into aging. They really didn't play their young guys properly and put them in the best positions to succeed. They kind of just let Jordan Poole kind of go. I know that Draymond needed to be on maybe a better leash, but also we gotta talk about Klay Thompson, who apparently he has some antics in the locker room. But before we get into that, I don't want to be so doom and gloom. You know, I was looking at, what was it? I was looking at a stat earlier or a graphic earlier that was talking about, so many titles, so many rings, so many conference finals appearances. I mean, they rewrote basketball. That is a story in basketball history. The way that we are looking at the game now, the way that, teams are looking at building teams now, getting up the threes, the amount of threes that they got. This is I mean, again, I don't know how far into basketball. If somebody said you had to write a 1-page paper when it comes to basketball, I would have to think that the Warriors, this iteration of the Warriors, has to make some sort of paragraph or something like that. They got to get 2 sentences. You got a 1-page paper in basketball. Who you got on that 1-page paper? Jerry West, Bill Russell, Magic Bird.
Oh, I thought you was.
Oh
MJ.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. We're running out
Oh,
of space on
MJ. Then you go Shaq, Kobe, Duncan.
Duncan.
I mean, yeah,
You gotta go.
5 rings. I mean,
Shaq, Kobe, Duncan, LeBron.
Shaq, Kobe, Duncan, LeBron, then Steph.
Yeah, LeBron, Steph. To be honest,
and the story stops there.
I'm about to say, and unless you want to go with the but you're gonna sound mad xenophobic, but if you go with like a Euro movement or something at the tail end because of NBA parity.
And I thought I said Wilt. If I said Wilt, I didn't say Kareem, but maybe 10 pages is, 10 things that we can do. But I just think that, and maybe it's greedy, me as a fan of basketball, I think that there's a world in which Steph Curry pushes 7-8. Klay Thompson pushes 7-8. I'm talking about rings at this point. Draymond pushes 7-8. Steve Kerr pushes 7-8 as a coach, and then we talk about the rings that he has as a player. And I just felt like they dropped the ball, just totally dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's where the pain from this conversation comes from. Not to like beat a dead horse, but for that comment 234. Bro, we understand that Klay Thompson today's game, he ain't, the DPOY. Well, he never was DPOY. He's not the all NBA defender, pardon me, that the 2015, 16, 17, 18 even Warriors fans remember. But it's just the principle of like, this is how it's played out. And we've noticed that the Warriors were starting to mess up for years now. And the way that it's even ended, that's what we're trying to illustrate to you guys. For anybody that thinks that we think Klay Thompson is still in 20, nobody on this stage thinks that. It's just like, wow. Like even the final chapter was messy. Yeah, that's embarrassing, bro.
I do want to ask, we're looking at the Warriors organization as a whole, what they've got going on as a whole. And apparently we think that it's Draymond. A lot of people want to say that it's Draymond, but I do have something I want to read here in a second. What do they do from here? Because I think when you come off a history like they just did, and you still have a great player like Steph. I mean, Steph still, I know he's old, but I don't think he's done. What do you do here when you have still such a great player that can still play ball the way that Steph can play ball?
For me, there's 2 hats. There's the basketball fan hat, and then there's this is a business hat. This is the business hat is you sit Steph down and you say, hey, gang, we want you to be a lifetime Warrior. We want you to be a Warrior for life. We need to keep selling these shoes, these jerseys, your likeness, all that, filling up butts and seats with little kids that want to see you shoot from deep. Pause. Yeah. We want to keep you here. So I don't know if we're going to rebuild. I don't know if we're going to keep trying to retool, but we're going to bring you into the fold. We're going to LeBron James you. You will know everything going on. We won't give you full disclosure and then go from there. No matter what happens, he's untouchable. They don't touch Steph. They let Steph get whoever he wants here to try to win or whatever it is. For the last 5-6 years, he's here. That's the business hat. The basketball fan hat, trade that nigga now. Right now. I mean, this very moment, trade that nigga. Send him somewhere. Wherever he wants to go, whoever got the best value, whatever. Trade him. Reset. You niggas did the unbelievable. You drafted somebody who no one thought would be this level of a player, and you got an all-time great dynasty run out of it. You won, Warriors. You won for what y'all did in this last 10 years can hold y'all for another 15 years of sadness. Because I remember what it was like for Warrior fans in the 2000s. I didn't know they made you niggas. So I promise you, it is okay. Trade him. That's the fan hat. Trade him yesterday.
You got it?
No, I want to ask you a question specifically because I saw this report. This is from Jay Dumas. Klay Thompson's antics behind the scenes have been equally exhausting as Draymond's. Klay has been equally as exhausting behind the scenes. It's not as loud. It's not as loud because it's not you stomping on someone's chest. If he's slamming stuff on the bench and sulking and doing that on the court, how do you think it is in practice? How do you think it is in the locker room? It has been uncomfortable. It has. Just doesn't come off as loudly as Draymond Green. Now, I think it's a little bit of a contradiction, or there's a problem with that for me because, Draymond is loud. His is loud. So why not get rid of the loud guy there? But Sage, what do you feel about, and mind you, this is post Dynasty now.
Yep.
Way post Dynasty. What do you feel about reports like that coming out about the situation? And just even what I just said about
the Steph frustration and everybody else's. I'm not gonna lie. I take that story and I say that's fine. If Steph want him gone, he gone. If Steph don't want him gone, he stays. I'm sorry. I think this is such a dangerously simple thing the Warriors have to solve, and it's just a matter the only challenging part, pardon me, I'm sorry, I tripped over my words there. The only challenging part about the situation the Golden State Warriors are in is which direction they want to go. Damo pretty much hit it on the head, but in terms of whether it's miscellaneous quotes, whether it's attitude on the bench from whoever the fuck, there's only one person, and it's going to sound like Glaze, but there's only one person in that organization that matters, and that's 30, and what the hell are you doing with him? Now, I think when we're talking about, like, if Curry don't want to be there, I hope I heard your quote correctly when you were saying that the person that was doing that was Curry. If Curry don't want to be there, all right, man. Sorry, Warriors fans.
They said it was Klay that was
Klay. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. So, hey, well, in regards to Klay Thompson, yo, Curry want Klay there, Klay stays. Curry don't want Klay there, Klay gone. Now, the only time you even usurp that is if Steph is obviously doing friendly fire to himself. He's sabotaging himself. He doesn't even know it. Then you sit him down and say, hey, just so you know, this guy ain't good. But for the most part, to answer like what direction the Warriors going, it's not this complicated. It's just the issue is, and that's going to lead into my hot take later on, but that's not for this clip and that's not for this time. So such scary have your cake and eat it too as front offices yet again. Bro, you got an all-time great. Yes, the Warriors were great in terms of what they were able to accomplish. You got 4 rings out of Steph Curry. Hell, some franchises don't get 4 rings in 40 years. I'm not belittling what you have accomplished. What I am saying is not only do we feel, all of us on stage, they could have had more, but we still feel that, hey, Curry's good enough to do it again if you just stop trolling him. So for the love of the Lord, go all in or pack Curry up. Now, for me, I even go a step further than what Damo was talking about. Damo, I think we live and die with 30. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm not even thinking about this next generation Warriors basketball because when it happens, it happens. In this version of the NBA, overpay a player, sign that role player, flip that player for picks, and then move accordingly when you know you're trash. But at this moment in time, bro, let's trade all the young niggas. Let's get somebody that pairs well with Steph Curry and then build the roster accordingly. The issue is, and this is why I will forever say that they might have royally fucked themselves up. They lost the Chris Paul tradable contract. I believe so. Or is he still technically there? Oh, yeah, they lost that. So they lost that contract. And then now they pretty much fucked up the Klay situation. So they're out 2 massive trade contracts or tradable assets in terms of just evening up cap. You're going to have to throw Andrew Wiggins at somebody and then Kuminga. Now, you see what I'm saying? Like, your assets is already getting kind of fucked up. But if you can't do it, then 30 got to go. But I'm down with Steph Curry, bro. I'm not going to lie. I
think that, ultimately, I'm happy for the Mavericks. It's a decent retool. Great acquisition. Plus some other stuff that they did is phenomenal. I just hate that we have to see dynasties end potentially for some CBA things, which we'll get into. But seeing a dynasty end like that, seeing, what the probably, I don't want to over exaggerate when I say this, but that might be the last great era for basketball. And what I mean by that is, like, of course, we'll be basketball fans, but that, again, you cannot tell the story of basketball without that dynasty right there. And again, it's looking murky. Of course, I'm being hyperbolic. It won't be forever, but until the foreseeable future, and especially with this CBA, I do not see another great era of basketball coming anytime soon. So I ultimately, I appreciate what the Warriors have done. I know that some people aren't as happy with what the Warriors have done, most notably the Lakers, because they struck out left, right, up, down, sideways, back, A, B, B, square, square, square. Damo, your guy, Ansage, your guy has struck out. LeBron said he was going to take a pay cut in order to get some of these guys in here. He struck out on what? Klay Thompson, iHeart, who else? DeRozan, maybe. Valanciunas, me, Chris Paul. He struck out on everybody at this point. He has struck out on literally everybody at this point, even with taking that pay cut. And now it's looking like he's asking for the maximum money because fuck it. I mean, at this point, we can't get it done no other way. So, I mean, you got Bronny out of it, but ultimately couldn't get it done with Bron taking a pay cut. As a Lakers fan, it's got to sting.
No, it doesn't sting. I'm happy this is happening because I've been saying for the longest we don't need a third star. I've been saying for the longest going after this third temporary big contract is not going to be the way to go. So I'm happy no one is signing. I'm happy we're not getting none of these guys that LeBron wants, and I'm happy he declined his player option because he can take his black ass on. I hope this is another step forward to getting him off the team. I don't want LeBron back. Even with Bronny here, I don't want LeBron back. I will much rather us build with depth, which now, because we were so worried about getting a Clay, worried about getting a JV, worried about getting a guy, we missed out on getting multiple lower contracted guys. I wanted Najee Marshall. Najee Marshall for less than $10 million a year would have been great for this team. People on the timeline was clowning because I was like, yo, Lakers do something. When I seen DeLon Wright go, DeLon Wright is a 6'5", 6'6" guard who can play defense. I love defense. The Lakers need defense, especially at the guard position. And he just got signed for 1 year, $3 million. Those are the type of contracts we need on the Lakers. Those are the type of players we need surrounding LeBron and Anthony Davis. We don't need DeMar DeRozan. We don't need third stars. We don't need guys getting paid near third star money that's going to handicap the rest of the others that's important in winning championships. I think we are good enough with LeBron and AD to fill out this roster with other good role players. So I am absolutely happy that Klay Thompson didn't sign. I'm happy Valanciunas went to the damn Wizards for whatever reason to get his money. I'm happy, but even though that was $10 million a year, and I'm like, $10 million for Valanciunas is kind of crazy. But I'm happy iHeart went to the OKC Thunder. I'm happy these teams are choosing places other than playing with freaking LeBron James. I really am. So I'm not upset about it. There's still guys on the open market who I would like to see in the Laker jersey who can still help us win games. But yeah, I feel like that window, I'm glad we didn't get Paul George. I feel like that window of trying to get that big name to come in and force LeBron, and that LeBron took this pay cut for, all those guys are gone, and I'm happy.
I'm not exactly echoing the sentiment because I'm not happy in the sense of I don't want LeBron James to ultimately leave entirely, but I could understand the joy behind that, and I think even that is just as triggering as what Damo's saying. So there you guys go cook us down below. For me, I'm gonna say that not getting Clay is not a great thing, but if I had to choose between good and bad, good for one reason and one reason only. This has already been, and Damo, you'll agree with this, this has already been some of the most Lakers offseason shit I've ever seen. This is already reeked PU of we're the Lakers offseason. I think we're talking about getting DeMar right now. Yeah. Klay Thompson was a rumor, obviously. JJ Redick and Bronny already there. Mind you, this is already such a LA shit. And then apparently Bron might take a pay cut, but that's only going to bring in hype to sign a guy like DeMar DeRozan and things like that. Bro, don't y'all get bored. Don't y'all get tired. The only name that I did like that I probably disagree with Damo is Val. I'm all for 80 at the 4. But outside of that, Man, y'all have to stop this. It is nasty. If LeBron going away means this era of basketball with the Lakers is done, which I don't think. I think our front office is just that bad. But if it ends with him, hey, y'all not gonna like what I gotta say. But yeah, in terms of Klay Thompson not signing there, I mean, I think Klay Thompson would have been more than useful, especially with bro that we drafted. I don't know too much about college, but apparently he's genuinely the steal of the draft. So that'd have been awesome. But am I crying about it? No, because I am so tired of this third star shit the Lakers have been pulling ever since we won a championship, and then we just got 6 man of the year candidates. And then after that, we need another third star. How about Russell Westbrook? Hell, even the year we won the championship, we tried to do all that shit with Kyle Kuzma. We've been chasing stuff that we don't need to be chasing for years. And this offseason's done nothing but reek of headlines, clickbait, and we're the Lakers. I'm sick of it, but it is what it is, man.
I feel like this might be my victory lap podcast. Only because this is another team that I've been talking about. Rob Pelinka's asleep at the wheel. I don't know who's more tired, him or Joe Biden. It's actually it's pretty sad to see him not wake up, take phone calls, entertain these conversations. The only reason, think about this, the only reason why the Lakers are even in some of these conversations is because national media is putting people in these conversations in order to kind of just get their own headlines off. And even right now, us putting the Lakers in this conversation about losing, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. In order to lose, you got to be in the race, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wholeheartedly believe they were never in the race. I am starting to believe in the Klay Thompson sweepstakes, definitely in the Paul George sweepstakes. That was crazy to me.
Yeah, that was
the Paul George sweepstakes, even the JVs, like, and I heart all these sweepstakes. I don't think they were ever in any of these plays. I think that this is just conversation for conversation's sake. So I can't even say they're losing out on free agents because they're really not contending for free agents. But ultimately, like I've been saying, this is another team who was on my list of teams that are just sitting on their hands, that are just incompetent, not ran properly. I understand there may potentially be a Lakers tax, but damn, I feel like that meme where the guy is poking the thing with the stick and is like, do something. I want y'all to do something.
We were aiming for the stars. Another player, I just checked my phone, DeAnthony Melton. Funny enough, we were dunking on the Warriors. I think that's a good player. With the Lakers definitely need perimeter defense, as Damo mentioned. And DeAnthony Melton there's one thing he can do is that. And he signed for $12 million on 1 year. And that's just a contract that we could have had. But instead, we're the type of team to go out and try to get Russ again or some shit. It's exhausting. I'm telling you, it's exhausting. I forgot James Harden was in the rumor mill. My God, I'm just so tired of this same song and dance thing. No disrespect to Bron fans. Why am I even saying that? They're the most disrespectful people out there. But like, I knew it was going to get crazy when LeBron fans and Laker fans did the fusion dance, but I never would have foresaw how much of like a meme we are. Like, we are literally the team that will do the obvious headline story move. And I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of it. You say we're not in the run of signing free agents. I think we are, but we're not trying to offer the right free agents. Like, I think we genuinely are in the conversation, but why are we calling the phone to Paul George when he has a better opportunity somewhere else? Yeah. Why are we calling the phone of DeMar DeRozan a couple years ago when he has a better opportunity somewhere else? Instead, you know who we need to call? Guys like, and I know some of these guys were free agents, but just caliber, like Derek White, Mikal Bridges. Like, we don't call the right people. We don't trade for the right people. We just do the thing that's going to get another top 10 jersey for a week. And it's sad, bro.
Let me read off some names that are still potentially available for you. And you just let me know whenever you're ready. Because I know it's really dark for y'all right now. Tyus Jones, Markelle Fultz, Kyle Lowry, Monte Morris, Patrick Beverly again.
We're gonna get Pat Bev. We're gonna get Pat Bev.
Buddy Hield, Gary Trent Jr., Gary Harris, Michael Beasley, Luke Kennard.
Out of those guys, I definitely want one of the better shooters. I don't know how much Luke Kennard would make, but Luke Kennard sucks defensively. God damn it. We're probably going to try for Buddy, though, knowing us.
All right. Your guy, DeMar DeRozan, Caleb Martin, Isaac Okoro is a restricted free agent, Sadiq Bey, and then Simone Fontecchio, restricted free agent.
Oh, he's restricted. Never mind. I want mine Fontecchio though.
To be fair, we probably don't need a small forward. If there's one position that we're fine at with Rui, we can hypothetically play LeBron if we need to. Vando, we do have a little bit of wing depth, so I'm not crying at the idea that we don't get a 3, but still.
Miles Bridges, Kyle Anderson.
I like Miles.
I'm not gonna lie, Kyle Anderson is a future Laker. Kyle Anderson, he just has it written all over him. Torian Prince, Precious Achua.
No, I'm good on Precious.
Miles Bridges would be the most Laker signing thus far outside of DeMar DeRozan. Ironically, he wouldn't be that bad for us, so that'd be a little hypocritical. That's a little hypocritical of me, but that's about it. All the other ones are pretty solid, I guess. Maybe Precious.
Okay, last, because you may need a big 80 at the 4. Mo Wagner, Xavier Tillman Sr., Gogo Batanze. Is it Gogo? And James Wiseman. And then somebody with the last name Metu. C. Metu.
Oh, I know.
She's Metu. Yeah, he was on the Suns last year. I'm good on Metu, though. Keep that dark ass nigga over there. I'll take Mo. I'll take Mo. I'll take Tillman. And I will take Wiseman. That's just me, though.
Wiseman?
I think,
yes.
Yeah,
John Wiseman. Yes, James Wiseman.
I actually disagree. I think we struck out. We trolled. We did too much. We apparently went for Val and failed. I think we fucked up and didn't get a 5. So 80's gonna have to play the 5 again. That's already a huge miss for the Lakers.
Yeah. Plus, I think LeBron. I mean, it's been reported. I don't know what to believe anymore. So I'm really not gonna sit here and put all my eggs in the basket of he really said this. But apparently, LeBron said that he is going to take the max. So I don't think y'all have as much money as we're playing with right now with our.
Oh my god!
So, I mean, that's another prediction chat, the playing season.
It's gonna be whenever we play the Nuggets, we go home.
He should still take less money. That's selfish.
You're so over LeBron.
He should still take less money so we can sign better role players, bro. Like that's selfish. Like that's crazy. I don't understand
that though.
You're taking so you would take less money. You would take less money in order to get fucking Klay Thompson to be 30% of himself, but you won't take less money so the Lakers can sign better quality role players around you. That's dumb. Why would you take the max? Therefore, we're only going to be able to sign freaking 39-year-old who the fuck ever. Why not still take less so we can go out here and still potentially get a Chris Dunn, potentially get Sadiq Bey? I'm just naming guys that will take more money on the higher end of role players. So a Sadiq Bey or a Buddy Hield or whoever who can actually help. Miles Bridges, guys who can genuinely still help. Might not be stars, but are still helpful players. But you're not going to take less money for them. You will take less money for fucking Paul George. You'll take less money for Valanciunas. But because those guys aren't available, now let me get all my money on for these last 2 years of my fucking career and handicap the Lakers to put bullshit behind me. So when we start the season, everyone complains that there's no help for LeBron, and we're going to be sitting here looking like, why the hell is Torian Prince playing 40 minutes? What is JJ doing? I can already see it. I'm already getting my blood pressure spiking. I'm already feeling it. I'm already getting mad. I'm getting mad. We ain't even hit the preseason yet. I already know what's about to happen. Sage is written on the walls. I can see it. I see it already. He's going to take the max, and we're going to sign nothing but bumfucks. And we're going to have a repeat of this past season. I already know.
Or, you know what? We've talking about a free agent. So we're going to trade for somebody like a Zach LaVine. Oh, Lord. I just know we got one more headline in us. And I know, Omar even knows we're going to have to clock in to keep it a buck that following Monday or Thursday. We're going to have a bunch of chat niggas tagging us. Oh, yeah, the Lakers on the way. And we're going to be like, oh, my God, we're not. this third star guy, either A, isn't good enough, B, isn't relevant, or what likely is going to happen is C, a mixture of both, and we're going home, bro. It's so. Oh, what? Go ahead.
I said trade. You think we trading? Do you not see? First of all, to get Zach LaVine, we have to give them Anthony Davis with Laker tax. You forgot about Laker tax? Oh, let's not get into the Laker tax, because I just seen DeJounte Murray get sold for fucking Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance. But when I said Rui and D'Lo and 2-3 picks with J Hood was enough, niggas told me, oh, who wants that bullshit package? But Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels is enough? So no, Sage, I don't think we're going to be able to trade nobody. You want to know why? Because we got to sell so damn high to get regular players. I don't even want to know what it's going to take to trade for a star.
Yeah,
that's on y'all, because y'all should have gave up Reeves. That's on y'all.
Austin's the weird guy. What we shouldn't have done is give up Alex. That was the meme that got away. That was the one that what the fuck is going on, to be honest. And like I said, we can go deeper if we need to. We really shouldn't have traded KCP away. We really shouldn't have got horny and wanted 6 man of the year candidates. Ever since 2020, I know, LOL hindsight championship thing, but you got to think, even prior to 2020, the Lakers low-key were not only drafting well, when you really look at those old baby Laker teams and be like, oh, a lot of these role players worked out. But then you consider the Anthony Davis trade, considering the moves that were gained towards building that championship roster. And then we kind of just said, fuck it. Where the Lakers were great again, let's get Hollywood. Every move since then has been almost awful. The one time I was somewhat, and if I was wrong on it, I'm wrong on it. The one time I was somewhat optimistic with what the Lakers were doing was when we shockingly, because I didn't expect this, re-signed like a ton of our players. Like I didn't expect that we could have kept Rui, Reeves, and who was the other guy?
Vando.
We kept Vando. Thank you. We kept a couple of contracts. I was like, okay, I did not think we could do that. And that's probably still an okay thing, despite that we haven't won a championship. But it's the fact that we then go on, and to your point, Omar, maybe I do end up agreeing with you, that we then proceed to act like all three said names are completely untouchable. That D'Angelo Russell, we probably should have traded him bricks ago, but we didn't do it. Now, I believe that he's just not that guy against Denver, but if he's not that guy against Denver, pack him up. And I definitely didn't like what he did with sitting on the bench or whatever. I think he should have been gone. But, hey, man, it is what it is.
Denver. Think it's not that guy, fucking period, man. Jesus Christ. I'm so over
like an up and down season. It was like the weirdest
shit. That nigga fooled me. Of all people, that nigga convinced me that the shooting wasn't gonna be fake this year. Man, I'm an idiot. I don't trust nothing with this team. I'm going into this season with the exact opposite amount of optimism I had going into this past season. I'm going in with no hope, no prayers, no faith in none of these niggas wearing purple and gold. I'm not going to lie to you. If we don't do one thing that I think is the right thing to do with free agency, I'm not trusting shit. Because when I was optimistic and I seen a light, that shit got blown out quick. So I don't trust none of these niggas, especially that old ass nigga wearing 23 in a Laker uniform. I have not felt this way about the Lakers' best player. I blame LeBron for a lot, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. I blame this nigga for a lot. Once you look around the league and see Rich Paul is the agent of 90% of basketball players, I'm blaming LeBron for everything. I'm sorry. I'm blaming him for everything.
Well,
I'm on front office, by the way. Go ahead, Omar.
Let's actually shift the blame, because if you're blaming LeBron, you've also got to take time to blame like CJ McCollum, Grant Williams, some of these other guys, because a lot of people are trying to figure out why are some of these dynasties ending, why are some of these great teams ending, why are some of the the people that need to pay money, why are they having to suffer? And it's because of the second apron. Now, a lot of people don't understand what that means. It's been thrown around countless times on the TL without any real explanation. But I want to present to you show sporting logically.
With Paul George just leaving the Clippers for absolutely nothing, you're probably wondering what exactly just happened here. Clippers essentially told us what happened. They didn't want to pay Paul George. They're worried about the second apron. They're worried about this new CBA. They mentioned it 3 times in this statement. So what exactly is the second apron? Well, clearly it's a big deal. It's the reason that the Clippers let Paul George walk. It's the reason that the Nuggets let KCP walk. I can guarantee you that this would not have happened if they didn't put the second apron into the CBA. So essentially, over the last handful of years, the NBA wants it to be harder for teams to put together these massive payrolls. And ironically, the Clippers are one of the teams that the NBA put this in place for. And so before, the NBA just had the luxury tax in place. There was a threshold at which once you spend that much money on your roster, you're going to pay a dollar for dollar tax for every year that you go over that number, and it's going to get progressively worse when you are in the tax for consecutive years, which is funny because that actually just hurt the smaller market teams. Like when the Thunder traded away James Harden, it didn't actually impact teams like the Clippers that much. So the NBA came up with some new rules, which is how we get to the second apron. So above the luxury tax, there's a first apron, and then above that, there is a second apron. There is a point at which you spend so much money on your team that you are punished for doing so. Couple of restrictions here that teams are very worried about. One, you don't have access to your mid-level exception at all, which is a big tool that teams use to build their teams. You can't sign any players that had their contracts bought out in the middle of the year. You can't trade any of your first-round picks 7 years out. That pick is frozen. You cannot trade your pick for what right now would be the 2031 draft. When you make a trade, you have to take back less than or exactly the same amount of money that you are sending out. You cannot add salary at all to your team. And the one that people are really scared about is if you're in the second apron for multiple years in a row, your first round pick, regardless of where you land in the draft, is going to automatically get pushed to the 30th overall pick. Essentially, the Clippers felt like their chances of building a competitive basketball team because of the second apron were better not having Paul George's contract, not because they're going to have salary cap space, but because they're going to be under the apron and thus not deal with all of these restrictions. And that's why Paul George is a Philadelphia 76er.
Now,
sound real. Damn.
That's who we are. We're at CJ McCollum breaking up dynasties. He can't win a ring, so he wants to make sure that nobody else will. My question to you guys is, based off of what we've just heard, especially the restrictions, because I mean the restrictions are restrictive. It's a good thing for the league. It's a bad thing for the league because it's seemingly killing the dynasty.
I didn't know about that. Your pick gets pushed to 30 automatically. That's crazy. So there's multiple teams in the second apron. They're just automatically going to be 30. How would you decide who's 30 and 29? Is it whoever is more in the apron? That's crazy.
Yeah, probably cost, from a cost perspective. And then if there's multiple teams, the one with the smallest amount over the apron gets the closest. But hey, you get screwed either way.
Yeah, I might say screwed either way. Cost of doing business, not being able to trade 7 years out for picks. I mean, I like it. Make restrictions on niggas out here just blowing through money for no reason. I'm all for it. Cool. Not that many teams have made successful dynasties anyway, so it's not like this is a dynasty killer. Hell, dynasties are even some of the best dynasties we know of are only made because certain players took pay cuts. Like the Warriors dynasty wouldn't have been a thing had Steph Curry not taken a pay cut. Him not taking that pay cut wouldn't have allowed them, I want to say, to have the money to get was it Iguodala will go out to get Iguodala or sign Iguodala, or was it that led to them getting Kevin Durant, something like that? But pay cuts are important. The reason the Heat were able to come together, niggas took pay cuts. So I'm not really mad at the second apron rule or however that's going. F it. Now, are the Sixers over the second apron now? Because they signed Paul George to a max and then turn right around and sign Tyrese Maxey to a max. So and Embiid's getting paid 3 max contracts, and they bringing on Kelly Oubre back. I would assume, are they not hitting the second apron? The Celtics just paid all they starting 5, $100 billion dollars. Are they not over the second apron? Now I gotta see what these people finances is looking like.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and even remotely pretend and or lie like I know who's over the second apron right now. I think the NBA has a ton of not fuck it money, but fuck you money. However, in terms of just restrictions on team building, I have zero issues. I think a lot of times incompetent people get lucky, and if an incompetent person gets lucky and all they have to do is essentially pay an uber amount of money to keep some guy that they lucked into or whatever, by all means, go for it. So I'm all for this shit. And then on top of that, my fear of this era was going to be essentially 10 quote overpaid players on one roster. So I was fearful of that, the way that this NBA is starting to trend. And it's also going to put pressure on teams to either go all in or all out, which low-key is about to be the trend of the league anyway, when we're looking at these wild-ass trades. But I'll talk about that a little bit later in the podcast. But that's also kind of like the NBA I want. If you're trying to compete, bro, let's do it. Fuck it. Hey, we ain't drafting shit. All right. We are literally second round. See you there. But we're gonna have the best team this year and the year after that. Because we did just forget that it's 2 years in a row. So hey, you got time to get the fuck out of there if you want to go draft next year. I think that's gonna be the most abused thing. I don't think anybody's gonna get that pick 30 rule, because they're gonna just fix that shit by the next season. But nah, I'm for it. I'm yapping. I'm not gonna act like that I know who's gonna be over it, under it, whatever. I do not have that arbitrary number on screen, but yeah.
I think my thing is these rules, the luxury tax, the first apron, the second apron, salary cap, even all these things are put into place in order to give the smaller market teams a competitive advantage, to help them compete in a world where, you're not going to be able to compete with the LAs of the world who have money, et cetera, et cetera. My thing is, at some point, you got to call a spade a spade. At some point, we have put so many competitive advantages in there for you, and you can't succeed. Well, you don't need a team. And I know that sounds crazy because, again, these owners put so much money into whatever the case may be. But think about it this way. Let's say they go back to some bullshit where back to, because they had it this way. You could draft a player if he was X amount of radius from where you are. So if they lived in Greensboro, that's X amount of miles from Charlotte, and somebody gets the first rights to that person, and a new Michael Jordan walks on the scene. If we have to get to that point for a team to be competitive, you don't need to have a basketball team. I shouldn't sit here and have to play down to your level or help you, or you can't draft right, you can't evaluate right. So now I'm putting in a caveat. I feel like, personally, for people like, the Celtics or whoever the case may be, Denver Nuggets, in fact, they should be rewarded for doing things right. They did what they needed to do draft-wise. They picked the right person. They developed the right people. They should be able to keep their guys. Fuck a second apron. That shit shouldn't matter. But the fact that we're saying, hey guys, the Hawks are really mad. The Hornets are a little upset with you guys because they feel like they can't get a fair slice of the pie. No, bro. To me, that's lame. I don't like that. And I hope it does. I hope it does go out, because then we'll see things like, I think this is what's going on, Damo, with the Boston Celtics. That man said, hey, man, that second apron is going to kill you in a couple years. You're going to have to do one or two things. You're either going to have to bite the bullet and take all the fees and penalties that come with the second apron, or you're going to have to break down the team. I ain't going to lie, basketball is up right now. TV deal is coming up right now. Before it actualizes, I'm going to go ahead and put this thing on the block, man. I'm going to go ahead and sell this. I'm just go ahead and put this out there. See somebody buys. Because somebody gonna have to buy it, and somebody's gonna have to make a hard decision in a couple of years when they are facing these repercussions and consequences. We might see a lot of that in the next couple of years, just because people ain't gonna want to deal with that if you have to put in competitive advantages for the fucking Hornets. I know I keep picking on the Hornets, but
the Hornets,
the damn Bulls.
I can feel that. And I agree. I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I agree.
No, I mean, what you're saying is just true. Isn't the Boston owner about to pack up? And then on top of that, I'm all for, maybe this is a scorcher of a take, I'm all for punishing teams for drafting bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, hey, I lived there. The Kings missing every single draft. Yo, there's no way that shit was free. So I'm all for teams. If you just consistently draft bad, if you can consistently overpay contracts, overpay quote, which I'm gonna again, I have a hot take I can't wait to address. If you're just bad with asset management, you deserve to get punished for it, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Facts.
Yeah. Facts. I don't know. And this is coming from Hawks. I think they should implement a system where like should be an audit every like 10 years.
So, okay, you're fired. Just straight up.
The league has to step in and do something. Like if in 10 years I see that you're blowing it from just a basketball, I don't think it's a good look. I don't think it's a good. Now, again, when I sat down with the guy Kurt from Sportico, the one that was talking about the finances of the league and stuff like that, he was kind of alluding to the fact that winning don't got shit to do with none of that. So the money gonna be up in different ways regardless. But I would like to see teams win and be competitive. I don't want to see them gut a bunch of seats in order to give a premium experience, because on the end of the day, when we close out the books for the year, that's what looks better than having a winning team. Like right now, the Lakers could go next year. They could go 35 and, whatever the case may be, 50 or whatever, 40 something. They could go that, but because they have premium seats, they still gonna make money at the end of the day, and nobody's gonna care. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I'm all for making, front offices, owners in the NBA with high positions of power actually try to win championships. I hope nobody hates that take.
I don't think it's such a hot take. Let's go back into free agency, though. Let's talk about some of the other news around the league, some of the things that you might need, not need. Let's see if it's a needle mover, not needle mover, because it has been heating up. I know that first day was very underwhelming. I see all signs point to Donovan Mitchell signing a 4-year, $209 max extension. So it looks like he's going back to Cleveland. Does that move the needle for anybody?
No, not at all. Them niggas are idiots. They better be signing them to trade him, because him and Darius Garland backcourt is disgusting.
Second verse, same as the first, but a little bit louder, a little bit worse, because not gonna lie, this is crazy unless you're trading Darius Garland. But then if you're trading Darius Garland, what the hell are you gonna get for him? Or what the hell are you gonna do to build around D Mitch and Mobley? That's just weird. So I'm not gonna lie, it's nothing against Donovan Mitchell. I feel so confident about Donovan Mitchell. He could be that third star guy the Lakers get, and I'd be like, all right, man, I got one more ignorant bone in my body. That's how confident I am in him. I ain't got nothing to do with him. It's just like, what are you doing? So hopefully they're trading him.
We talked about all the good things that the Knicks did, but they did actually lose Isaiah Hartenstein plans to sign a 3-year, $87 million deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hartenstein departs the Knicks for an enormous contract and gives OKC a new anchor inside.
Me, Josh Hart, and maybe Mitch's center. That's the one L that comes with it. That's why if I were able to grade it there, sorry, I missed that episode, I would have gave it like an A-, even though it's fantastic for them. Still an A. But yeah, I mean, I think it's possible for them to acquire a center, though. I'm pretty sure their identity with the moves they've already made, I think they're going to be fine. I just don't know who that player is.
W move from the Thunder. This is not everyone that was there on draft night that was, they drafted Topic because they're just going to sign a big. This doesn't absolve them for being dumb and taking another Josh Giddey when they should have drafted a big man as well. You could have still drafted Deron Holmes and signed Ihart. Insurance for having big, because you have plenty of guard and forward play. So this still doesn't absolve them for being dumb on draft night and wasting a pick of their 18 billion buku picks of the next 5 years, but definitely a W pick. Me, Sage, and Souls talked about this months ago. They're going to be in a position where they can either, we talked about it, are you going to overpay a center or pay a center big money, or are you going to give up picks to get the center? Ironically, they were able to trade away Josh Giddey and not give up picks to get a valuable role player and overpay for a center. So they kind of did both. It's crazy. They could have did both, but yeah, everyone's seen this coming. They were going to go out and get a big. They got their big. iHeart definitely increased his value. I hope last season wasn't a case of playing for a contractism versus actually who he is, because I would hate for him to get all that money, go to OKC with these expectations, and you turn in Bismack Biyombo.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't mention the Thunder. I hope I didn't fumble that segment. Wanted to quit TKO. This is obviously great for the Thunder. Again, I cannot wait to let the take fly, but I don't care if they overpaid for him.
Do the Knicks now have to keep Julius Randle though?
So keeping Julius Randle was already on the table because as much as I love all the wings there, and I could even argue that we may be downplaying this asset of one or two of them, the playmaking on this team is definitely a head scratcher. And Julius Randle would be unironically their second best based on what we've seen. So Julius was already likely going to be there. The only reason that he's not there is if you can get a big and another very good playmaker that can play with the other wings. If you can do that, fine. But I think that Julius Randle's value isn't that high at this moment in time, so you probably got to keep him.
Everyone was talking about how, they got to get off of him. iHeart's here is the big man. They'll move off Mitch and get some assets. You got to move off that contract. Well, iHeart's not there. And I don't know if they want to move Mitch or they want to keep Mitch, but with Mitch's health, you're going to need a big. And Precious Achiuwa is still in free agency. So I think they absolutely need Julius now. I'm not going to say they fumbled iHeart because they probably just couldn't afford to keep him. I don't know if they would have had $80 million to give the nigga after getting Mikal and then paying OG. So they absolutely need Julius Randle as a body. They need the rebounding now that iHeart's not there, because you see how important his rebounding was in the playoffs. You need the rebounding from Julius. You need to bang it on the inside from Julius. And Sage the nail round the head. This team looks like a good team until you realize after JB, who's supposed to play make? Oh, yeah, nobody. So you need him there to play make as well. And maybe I'm the only one that finds it scary that their secondary playmaker is also the guy they need for rebounding. That's kind of a crazy combo. I don't know of any team where you're in a situation where you need rebounding from the same guy that you need playmaker from, and you're not getting Jokic production. So that it's going to be intriguing. I'm talking about real rebounds, buddy. Contested rebounds. I would love to see how the Knicks are going to handle this. I'm still confident in them, but losing iHeart, I think that hurts a lot.
If they go and get
no man, who? Whoa.
I started reading names. If they go get Mo Wagner, do you have the same concerns?
Yes, because I don't think Mo is the type of interior player that iHeart is. I
tried to pull a name.
I'm actively looking right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking right now. Don't even worry about the game.
It was Xavier.
I'm looking. What name? What name are you going for?
Call DC. I'm calling smoke screen bullshit on the Val thing. I think by the deadline you can probably get him because they probably gonna want him next to Sorry. Yeah, good luck. You're cooked.
Cody Zeller.
Hopefully one of these rookies come through, man. Hopefully one of these rookies.
Rashawn? Hey, man, small ball is finna go crazy in New York. Man, one guy that might be a changer for a franchise, free agent star Chris Paul. He's headed to San Antonio. They couldn't get Wemby the ball. And you know what's crazy? I'm actually not mad at this at all. But Chris Paul going to the Spurs becomes a veteran presence, especially for like a Devin Vassell. Can teach him how to play the game. I think Twitter was a little nasty. They were showing New Orleans Hornets highlights of Chris Paul saying, "Wemby got one now. Wemby got one. Western Conference Finals appearance type shit." But I mean, how do y'all feel about what Chris Paul can bring to the table for the for the Spurs?
Just don't settle. That's literally it. Obviously, it's a point guard. It's a point guard known for passing. It's a point guard with floor. It's a God damn, English is hard. It's a point guard known for his floor vision, IQ, whoop, whoop, bang, bang. But please do not settle. You've drafted 2 guards. I believe they got 2 guards. You've already drafted 2 of them. You still have younger players on the team that are trying to develop in terms of their playmaking bag. And most importantly, ain't anybody on this team but Wemby, in my personal opinion, somebody that you just got to die with to the point where, hey, if we find out that, hey, if Wemby can get the ball, he's amazing, but Chris Paul legs don't work, the next step the following season is to get somebody who can pass and their legs work. So, yeah, just as long as they're not settling with a Chris Paul level playmaker, whether it's because of his passing ability, his movement, or both, I'm fine with it. I don't really have a problem with it. It's not a bad move.
Wait, Sage, you did bring up a good point, though, because I forgot they drafted 2 guards. They said, hey, one of y'all motherfuckers is going to work. One of y'all motherfuckers. And we going to make sure y'all work. Tony Parker a little mad at us right now. Okay, we sent his ass to Charlotte last year. He ain't necessarily like the NBA young boy presence in the locker room. He not talking to us. That's cool. That's fine. That's dandy. We're going to get the next best thing in here, get him on a year deal, have him come back. You know, he'll probably retire, have him come back as like a mentor thing. But one of y'all 3 guards, and if I'm not mistaken, playmaking was the conversation, like playmaking for others. It was Rob, right? Devin Vassell. And then who was the other one?
Right? Was it Trey Jones?
No. Didn't they get another guard in the draft?
Oh, you talking about the draft? Shit.
This past draft?
Yeah, this past draft. Who was there?
Well, it was Rob Billingham, but they traded him.
Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle.
Yeah, Stephon Castle.
They got so they got Stephon Castle, Trey Jones down there, and then Devin Vassell. And they are saying to themselves, one of y'all's gonna work. One of y'all gonna get better.
I like it, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. I like it.
It's the next best thing to a player development coaching position. I fuck with it.
Well, that's what they spent $11 million for, a player development coach, because that's all Chris Paul gonna be. Because that nigga damn sure not playing. I give CP 15 games, and then he's just gonna have a mysterious illness, and he's gonna be, you know what? Why am I playing? Let me sit right next to Poppin' Coach. That he is. They paid $11 million for Udonis Haslem, essentially, because I don't. And that's no disrespect to Chris Paul, no disrespect to your profession, buddy. But it's Chris Paul. He's gonna be 40. It's 40-year-old Chris Paul. Yes, should he be able to get Wemby the ball? Sure, but for how long?
Damo, when the games, I'll say this. All right, of course, teaching the guys, whatever the case may be, games start to get a little close. You know what happens with young teams every single time. And if you play IRL basketball, it's really going to hit. But if you don't, and you just watch like the Detroit Pistons play, that game gets close. I ain't gonna lie, coming down the stretch of the 4th quarter, for whatever reason, they want to play 90 miles an hour and they want to turn the ball over crazy style. Chris Paul only got to average about 8 minutes a game. All he gonna do, hop in, we're just gonna walk it up. Hey,
slow it down.
We're up 4. We don't gotta play like we're down 10. All right, we're just gonna walk it up, slow it down. Everybody get into their spots. We're gonna take a shot with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. How about that?
I will never forget the bad team keep it a buck arc. Sorry. I just got it. I will never forget the bad team keep it a buck arc. We was only benching bad teams. And I seen the Jazz and the Blazers shooting 8 seconds or under. We seen the Pistons and the Hornets the same night blow a lead. It was like, yo, just slow down. I will never forget this shit, bro.
Niggas is watching Keontae George shoot 30 shots in under 2 minutes. Mind you, they up 12. That lead went down to down 4. Like, I don't know.
It was Keontae versus Shaden Sharp, and them niggas was taking turns seeing who can get the shot off first. Literally, come down court, 20 seconds shot. Like, damn, y'all just got the ball.
Even Cleveland had a game like that where it was the Dean Wade game, weren't it? Where Darius Garland was crashing out. I was like, whoa.
Oh, and if he did not make it up for it on like that second to last play.
Oh my, I was ready to tweet. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I was watching that game with y'all. I'm pretty sure.
I know you were there. Damo, were you there?
I don't think I was there. I wasn't there for that game.
It was the Dean Wade game. Dean Wade had like 30 something was giving it to that was playing the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. Darius Garland was like, nah, it ain't gonna go out like this. I'm finna kill all the momentum. I'm finna
so
cook.
bad. It was so bad, bro.
Okay, so we have a question. Still on the Sega free agency. There's another team on the East Coast that is kind of sleepy, just like y'all, though. And we are talking the Miami Heat. They have not done anything. They have, just sat on their hands. What's going on in Miami?
I don't want to call dibs again, but I gotta call dibs again because last pod I was on, I said tired of Heat culture, think it's overrated, and we never elaborated on it. So this is what I want to elaborate on. I'm tired of the Miami Heat for the past couple of years, and I'm not saying they haven't been successful, but they do this thing where like they're proud of being the Rough Rider, grindy ass franchise, but it's like, are you just trolling yourself? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, y'all not doing anything just because what you think your team was good and you got hold, bro. Still do something. It don't hurt to be a high seed. It don't hurt to make the team a little bit better so you don't need playoff Jimmy. Like, these things don't hurt. Ease up on yourself, man. I don't know why they aren't doing anything though to be more straightforward in terms of free agency. I have no idea.
I know why. And I'll lob this one to Damo. This is from a report, but an NBA official who has spoke to the Heat said Miami continues to say that while it wants to improve the team, it believes it has a roster good enough to contend if healthy.
That's what I just said. That's what I'm saying. Like, why do they do this?
That's seemingly impossible to prove or disprove because they are rarely fully healthy.
Go ahead, Damo. I've already said what I said.
I've already read through between the lines once before today, guys, earlier. I'm reading between the lines with this statement too. I don't know why I have such a keen knack for, reading between the lines and hearing what niggas is really saying. All I just heard is we ain't got no money. That's all we ain't got no money to sign nobody because we got a roster full of hurt niggas. We ain't lost enough players to go sign nobody. Y'all tell me, who is it that came off Miami books? Exactly.
They don't have no money.
Thomas Bryant and DeLon Wright. That's it. They don't got no money. These niggas is broke. They are handcuffed to Bam, Jimmy, Tyler Hero, the other Martin twin, because I only heard on Maury one, so that means the other one's still on the books. Them niggas ain't got no money. That's what this is. They can't go get nobody. And the guys they want to trade, they can't trade because either A, they hurt, or B, don't nobody want them. So that they're handcuffed. They're gonna sell the dream of, oh no, man, he culture, our team good enough. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, all right, as Blueface would say, you niggas ain't got it to go sign nobody. Y'all about to wait till the day before free agency ends, and we about to see $1 million, a 1 year, $250,000 contract for Bismack Biyombo because y'all can't sign nobody.
Yeah, for context, I just did a generic Google search. If I'm missing a detail or a signing, sorry. But Jimmy Butler, 48.7 mil. Bam Adebayo, 34.8 mil. Tyler Hero making a flat 29. Terry Rozier basically making 25 flat. Duncan Robinson still making 19.4. I thought that was over. Yeah, they're broke, bro. they're broke.
And the Martin twin is a free agency. My bad. The Martin twin is a free agent. I thought that was his brother. That's actually him. Cody is the brother. Caleb is the one that was in Miami. My fault, chat.
Nah, hey, man. Sometimes when you're broke, you got to get creative. Got to find a different way to just can't. Sometimes you just can't outright say. And Chad, I'm gonna let you know that too. Especially for our male audience, is a predominantly male audience. When you're dating a woman, you can't just tell her you're broke. You got to say something. My funds are tied up. Okay. What day of the month is it?
I just made an investment.
Yeah, my investments aren't liquid right now.
Yeah.
My mom's washer just broke.
The wallet's fluid. The wallet's fluid.
Yeah. My money, my spending money is actually in the mattress. But my savings money, I gotta move my check-ins to my savings.
My funds are gender fluid, and right now they're identifying is not here.
Oh my.
Somebody said it. I got a lot of commitments right now. Got a lot of commitments right now. That's probably something I would have to say. Especially because teams are getting better in the East. I think it's important that Miami just kick the tires on somebody. Hell, kick the tires on DeRozan. But there's rumors, not even rumors, but there's conversations about a team that we talked about already having the best 3 NBA, and it's not even close.
The Sixers have told Joel Embiid for a year to be patient and to wait. And we're going to go out next summer. We're going to get the best player we can get. We're going to put the best team around you we possibly can. The Sixers now have the best big 3 in the NBA. It's really not close. With the 3 guys they have now, all of whom were all-stars last year, you got a lead guard in Maxey, you got an elite 2-way wing in Embiid, or in Paul George. You've got maybe the most dominant big in the league in Joel Embiid. They fit together perfectly. They complement each other in every way on the court. They're versatile. Paul George is an elite shooter. You have 2 elite shooters now, given spacing around Embiid. They can go out and get any kind of role players that can fit alongside them. They're versatile in a lot of ways. They have the highest ceiling now of any team in the league but the Boston Celtics. And they can go toe-to-toe with the Celtics, depending on how healthy these guys are, which is obviously the biggest question. Paul George missed a bunch of time. You mentioned Allen. Joel has missed a lot of time. But if they're healthy in the spring, which obviously is going to be a huge if,
Yes.
they are as good as any team in the league. And this isn't like the Phoenix Suns putting this big 3 together last year that was flawed from the start. This is a group that fits together perfectly. And the Sixers were a team that a year ago didn't really have a chance to win a title. Now they can go into the season saying, we have a legitimate shot to win a title with Paul George, which is why, Alan, you're right. For Philadelphia, given this contract to Paul George right now, they had to do it when they got the opportunity. They took advantage of it.
So it seems as if the Sixers have cracked the 2011 NBA code.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Hear me out. I've got it. Instead of a duo, Shaq, Kobe, MJ, Scotty, Kareem, Magic, hear me out. What if we did a trio? Called it a big 3 or something like that.
I genuinely, I know y'all didn't see me. I had to look at the screen and see what dumb fuck was talking and saying that shit. I was so thrown back from hearing. Like, have we not been watching Paul George for the last 5 years? Like, what?
Let's really talk about
where the fuck was this championship level Paul George the last 5 years? 2 elite shooters. Who's the second? And Paul George, who was the second elite shooter? Who's the nigga they already had that was an elite shooter? Maxey? Is Maxey elite shooting? I didn't know that. Don't get me wrong, Maxey cool. Maxey pad cool. But elite shooter Maxey? What? Where the hell was I for this? Man, listen. Shout out Philly for trying to, do the right thing, I guess, by being competitive.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. But I mean, I already tried to believe in one red, white, and blue team with Paul George on it. I doubt I'm believing a second red, white, and blue team with Paul George on it, man, with the same issues and the same mindset. If we healthy, we dope. Get the hell out of here, man.
Nah, it's blue, red, and white now. This shit is ridiculous, bro. This shit is so nasty. One, Omar stole what I was gonna say. Frame one, so I give you your props, gang. You technically said it first, but my lord, don't y'all get tired of 2010 topics, bro? And what I mean by don't y'all get tired about it, I'm gonna just read who's on their payroll right now. Again, quick Google search. Sorry if I'm missing something. Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, which I think is nice, Paul Reed, Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon, and Ricky Council the fourth. If you haven't noticed, they have like 5 players for sure. And then if you're high on Drummond, I guess Ricky Council's unproven.
Drummond.
Nigga, I'm talking for those fans. Not like, let me be clear. I know you can't see my face, but bro,
this for you, Ali.
They're like, bro, they're like, come on. And like, thank you for interrupting me because I guess I'm being too nice to niggas. Yeah, like this is not a team, but yet y'all are still here after seeing what Denver did and how they've won, let alone how they built to be a great team for the foreseeable future. How how the fucking how the Warriors fucking fell off a cliff, how the Boston Celtics rose to the occasion, how even the Bucks when they won, how they did it, and how they're not in the same. You guys just like don't give a fuck. It's weird. Y'all just don't give a fuck, and you're like top 3 trio, top 2 duo, top 3 trio, top 2 duo. On top of that, mind you, the Dallas Mavericks with the Grace backcourt just lost. On top of that, my lord, it might not even be true. That's the worst. That's the worst fucking part. Like it might not even be true. You might go Boston. If you're high on Cat, you might go Minnesota. If you're high on the Lakers still and you really love Austin Reeves, you might go there. So the fact that it's 1, maybe not be true, 2, archaic, but 3, most importantly, bro, we're gonna ignore the health thing again. It's just weird. It's just so weird, bro.
I believe. Oh, my fault. Go ahead, Omar. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just find it like the NBA is also very trollish and funny because, as y'all know, there's gonna be a clip to come out that y'all see, chat. You might have seen it already. Where Paul George is stating, yeah, James, great player, James Harden, but we lost so many players. We lost guys like Nicholas Batum. Do y'all know where Nicholas Batum signed today?
Hey, flippers, the red, white, blue.
It's like, bro, you can't write shit better than this, man. That nigga left the Clippers because they traded niggas like Nicholas Batum and Rocco and KJ Martin to get James Harden just for him to go to the team that had Nicholas Batum, and that nigga goes back to the Clippers. So now James Harden is getting the nigga that you said you liked and you needed. And you're stuck on this team that James Harden was on where they dealt with the exact same issues. You just left. This shit is comedy. Straight comedy.
Bro, fuck that. It's either 1, you view it as A, he's the Clippers without James Harden, or 2, nigga, he is James Harden. Like, he is James Harden. Bro came there to be the 3.
Oh, man.
Yo.
I want
to. God, oh, man.
I mean, because we have to entertain the exercise. But I mean, let's talk about big threes as if that matters, because there's teams out there that are 5, 6, 7 deep. Let's just stay in their conference first. Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Who do you guys want to slide in for the 3?
Me personally, I'm going White and KP. White KP. I'm gonna go White. That's weird, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I would say Derek White.
Which one is better?
Boston.
That's why.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are we talking about the start of the season, or are we talking about in the playoffs?
Correct.
Again, because this whole conversation is if everybody's healthy. So
if everybody's healthy at their peak prowess, sure.
Oh, give me Philly. I'm about to say, give me Philly then. Give me Philly.
Yeah. We're saying Joel carries a lot here, but okay, that's fine.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Julius Randle.
Again,
Philly.
second verse same as the first. Philly, if everyone's healthy.
Damian Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Chris Middleton.
Philly.
Motherfucking Dame, bro. God damn it, Dame. It should be Milwaukee. I don't have the evidence right now. If anything, it looks like a clear decline, so I'm gonna have to say Philly.
I don't think there's any serious contenders here because we could do Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Don.
Yeah, no, we're not serious. Yeah, we're not serious at that point.
Maybe let's Miami, Bam, Jimmy, and
Philly.
Philly.
Atlanta, Trae Young, Ricochet, and Dyson Day.
Oh man, bro. I wasn't here for that episode. This has nothing to do with this clip. As a guy who has been begging for DC to get a good player, I feel like we were that didn't even feel right, man. That didn't even feel right, but
flip conferences. Oklahoma City, we got SGA, J-Dub, and Chet. I guess Chet. Yeah.
Maybe one day, but not now. Philly.
Yeah, Philly.
All right. In Denver, we have Jamal Murray, Jokic, Aaron Gordon.
Philly.
The Denver one works better. Yeah, fuck this dumbass peak argument, Philly.
God. Minnesota, we're saying Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert.
Philly.
LA, the Clippers, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kawhi Leonard.
My nose.
Philly.
Ew.
I think we're running out of. Oh, we got a couple more. Luka, Kyrie, Lively.
My
Philly.
glorious king.
Okay. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker.
Yeah. Well, it's this peak for peak shit. So on a peak day, if Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and D Book score all the points, I guess they might be a better trio. So stupid.
Philly.
I'm still going Philly. I'm still
Wait.
going
I'm sorry. If I take out Derek Lively and I put in Klay Thompson, what do y'all think?
It's still Philly.
Okay. Are you sure? Are we sure?
I'm positive.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Okay,
pretty
okay.
sure.
I think you had it right with Lively.
Okay. I'm just asking. This one might be more serious. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion.
Nah, Philly.
Yeah, Philly.
Okay, I think that about does it then. All right, so they have the best. They have the best big three in the league.
Best
we
big
went to
three
four-
individual talents.
If we went to 4, they'd be screwed. Okay.
It's so dumb. Even
man.
as a big three, I don't think they work best as a big three. This is such a stupid, archaic argument. Like, just for comment, 744 is going to lose your shit. Case in point, Denver. Denver's trio works significantly better as a trio, let alone as a team, but they are not better individuals. It's just so stupid.
Y'all know one of them comments gonna say, they forgot LeBron, Anthony Davis, and
Aye.
let's get into some stats of the day, hot takes of the week, and then we'll pack it on up. This is a funny episode. Stat of the day. This says, happy 40th birthday to all the point guards on the 2015-2016 Dallas Mavericks. All the point guards on the 2015-2016 Dallas Mavericks had the exact same birthday. Deron Williams, Raymond Felton, and JJ Barea, all born on June 26, 1984.
That's so random.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I ain't gonna lie, like, damn. I mean,
So
what
random.
sign are they? I don't know. It's just shit.
Cancers? I don't know. Hey, that's just
Fraud
Is it
sign.
Leos? I don't know.
Whoa. Didn't they be goated? I don't think they Leos. I don't think
not
they
Leos.
Oh,
If they
my
were-
fault. Oh, now niggas know astrology. My bad. Oh, now niggas know they signs. All right.
I know about the Leos.
Oh,
That's
man.
what
Hey, niggas don't know about astrology till you say they sign. Now they know.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we know about astrology when you say our sign. I don't know what to tell you. What's it called? We're supposed to do hot take or hot ass. Oh, well, that was the Sixers one was hot take or hot ass. So I guess we're moving on. Hot take of the day, Sage.
All right, I got the fun one that I'll get out the way because I missed the draft episode. I'll just say my hot take, and I can't prove it because I don't watch college. One of these players gonna be amazing. This is gonna be reminiscent of the Giannis draft. I think everybody's booted. Everybody said his ass. Okay, somebody's gonna be him. We don't know who. Someone's gonna be him. That's my fuck it, throw it in the trash take. Who cares? My real hot take, and I wish I could pull up the tweet. Editors, you want to go crazy and pull up the tweet? Go for it. I'm gonna unlock my phone and do it right now because I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired of seeing the word overpay from NBA fans. I think you guys not only would be the worst GMs of all time, but you're specifically the GMs that I despise the most. And let me explain. Bro, it is 2024. It is common for these 4-pick, 3-pick, 5-pick trades nowadays, gang. I don't even need to talk about so many players. It happened for Drew Holiday twice. All right. And both times people were on the TL talking about, I don't know, that's an overpay. And it got 2 rings. That's the worst part about it, too. Not to turn this into a rant, but this is the worst part about it. This overpay shit that y'all keep bitching about not only has led to good results, not only has it led to great results, it's led to what you niggas gaslight everything to be, which is literal championships. But I'm not even going to get off topic there again. I think if you are a person that finds yourself saying overpay when in terms of contracts and or picks, you are either 1, a scary GM, 2, you're stuck in the 2010s. We talked about it earlier, but just in case this clip is separate, bro, it's not the 2010s anymore. These teams nowadays are literally going all in or we kind of backing up. There's no more of this have your cake, eat it too shit, and you actually succeed. There's rare anomalies like the 2022 Warriors, and to be honest, the anomaly is the 6'3" light skin and Under Armour. So unless you got these motherfuckers walking around here, no, that's not how the NBA works anymore. Three, bro. When I say that you're a scary GM, I just mean from the standpoint of like, you're the Thunder. Yeah, Isaiah Hartenstein in terms of player overall in 2K to money, it doesn't quite equate. However, when you factor the situation your team is in, when you factor, and this is the amazing part, people call me the ultra lore casual, but the Thunder ain't paying no fucking body. And when you factor the aspirations and how close you are to the championship, to be honest, it's not even about your roster anymore. It's just about it's not even about like your front office or coaching anymore. It's about strictly, yo, is J-Dub Chet ready? If so, GG's, because you got Caruso already. Then you're good to go. I'm just so tired of the word overpay. I know I'm getting off subject. I know I'm shotgunning you all, but seriously, the word overpay makes me think that a lot of you guys would be the most respectfully pussy GMs of all time. And it's so disappointing that you guys need a ring to validate it. There's like, for example, and this is going to piss some people off. This is going to be like, all right, he ain't cooking no more. The KD situation, even the fuck up wasn't what they gave up for Kevin Durant. The fuck up is letting Kevin Durant then talk to your franchise and try to run your franchise. Or like the DeJounte Murray shit. The fuck up wasn't getting Murray. I don't think Murray has 90% to do why the Hawks suck. The fuck up is, yo, the Hawks got Murray and they didn't know what the fuck to do. So I think majority of these trades that y'all be bitching about overpaid, these signings that y'all think are overpaid, they've been good. It's just unfortunate that y'all need rings for them. And even when they get the rings, they're still overpays in the moment. Sad.
It's some of y'all are we've discovered there's levels to the basketball love and all that stuff like that. Some of y'all are which boy nicer, who got a deeper bag. That's what some of y'all are. Y'all are not cap experts. Y'all are not contract experts, and you can quickly debunk this by saying, "Oh, well, what should he have gotten?" Oh no, but that's a lot. Okay, I saw that shit for Jason Tatum today. Jason Tatum signed for the most money in NBA history, that $314 million billion. Some of y'all are just, oh, that boy nice. He's not nicer than KD, but that boy nice, I guess. That's how y'all need to talk about basketball. Y'all don't know too much more than that.
A lot. It's funny how many people are like that and then try to have serious basketball conversations but can't because they stuck on that boy nice. I was having that conversation last night. Somebody asked me my top 5 point guards all the time, and I put John Stockton at 5. What? Stockton at 5? I'm like, okay, who should be 5? Shit, I don't know, man. Jason Kidd or Steve Nash? All right, why? I mean, Jason Kidd do everything John Stockton do, except score or shoot. Yeah, you right. Like, all right, game. What are we? Let's play the game. Let's play the game. What are we talking basketball for? Because niggas don't want to talk basketball. This is dumb.
No, that boy not nice.
The Lakers,
how nice
the Lakers in 2020, 3 firsts for AD. The Bucks in 2021, 4 firsts for Drew.
Oh,
both
that's a
championships. Oh my God! The Boston Celtics 2 firsts for White as he died to a fucking spider. Boston 2. You said what?
Remember, Damo's afraid of spiders.
Oh shit, that's right. He is afraid of spiders.
That's that nigga's roller coasters.
Oh, he's actually afraid of spiders. I'm only afraid of spiders if it look like a mammal, not like them little. Like if that motherfucker got teeth, all right, bro.
I swear to God, I forgot that nigga was afraid.
I forgot I was talking over it because I'm like, this nigga tweaking over spider, but I'm like, I forgot you're deadly afraid of spiders. I'm looking for him to put his mic on. You got it? I forgot that you're that afraid of spiders. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a speed run. My bad. I didn't mean to talk. I forgot you're dead.
No, that's
afraid.
my fault. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're I forgot you're afraid. I thought you were just like being an asshole and like being no, you're dead.
Everything. I'm sorry. That's chat, editors, everybody. My bad. I interrupted.
Definitely.
You're good. Hey, yeah, leave that in, please. All I'm saying is the last thing. I'm just gonna read off a fact. In 2020, the Lakers win a chip, 3 firsts for AD. 2021, 4 firsts for Drew. Bucks win a chip. 2022, fair enough, the anomaly year, the Warriors won, but the Celtics made the finals, and it was 2 firsts for Derek White, which at the time people thought was an overpay. And then in 2024, they actually win the damn thing. In 2023, it was the one that people try to say didn't pay off with the Murray trade for 4 firsts, the Gobert trade for 3 firsts, the D-Mitch trade for 5 firsts, and the KD trade for 5 firsts as well. I think literally those moves are fine. The front offices are just consistently stupid going forth after. But hey, some of you think all of those trades were overpaid. That's tough.
My hot take of the week. 2 quick ones. Aaliyah Edwards is a better prospect, or was a better prospect, and is better skill wise than Angel Reese. This isn't taking away anything from Angel Reese. I hate the conversations in basketball about where somebody should have went in a draft. I hate the results-based analysis. I hate being validated by performance right then and there without the full context being put into the conversation. I hate that. And the same situation with the cap conversation we were just having. Me, who should she have gone over? Who would you have taken her over? And also, if you do your redrafts and you're making this big fuss about, this person, it was criminal what they did in the draft. They screwed this up. This is insane. And when we get into the conversation and you're saying they should have been drafted 1 spot higher, please get off my phone. And then another little hot take of the week. Nike is the reason that Nike is in the situation it is right now. I know some people may have watched Bezos' video about Nike being messed up financially. They're having some bad financial troubles right now. The reportings aren't looking good. That is Nike's fault. Marketing has been down. Design has been down. The allure for shoes have been down. I had commented on a dude on TikTok. He's like a 5'3". He was actually in the slam ball league. He's like a 5'3" dunker or whatever the case may be. And he was complaining. He was like, Adidas needs to drop more colorways. They need to drop more shoes. The Anthony Edwards, they need to have 25 colorways. He's so hot right now. They need to have 25 colorways. And I was saying to myself, man, saturating the market, this shit whack, man. I ain't gonna lie. The reason why people still buy Jordans to this day, still looking for Kobe's to this day, is because there were a limited amount of colorways and a limited supply. And it's going to forever feed families because there's some exclusivity or a story behind it. There's a story behind the shoe. I don't give a fuck about the AE white and black, green, gray, X, Y, and Z elemental team colorway. Well, what team is that? Oh, it's for this one AAU team. Nobody cares about that. Because when it's time to get that money back again, 2-3 years, first of all, them the shoes that be going on sale at Foot Locker. And 2, when it comes time to retro them 3 years from now, they're going to be sitting on the damn shelves. So, yeah, it's Nike's fault they're in the place that they are right now. Don't nobody want that whack ass shit y'all putting out.
Yeah, it's going to sound like Glaze, but like, for example, if Ant dropped 50 in the finals, they're going to want that shoe more than they would want like some random colorway that you think looks good. I think that's open book closed.
And mind you, that shoe would feel so much better if there weren't already 50 Anthony Edwards shoes that dropped throughout the season. And I already spent my money on, hell, I bought 2. I was supporting. So now to ask me to buy a 3rd Anthony Edwards shoe?
Fuck you.
I casually play basketball game. And I can't wear these in the club already. So nah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that has been another episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast presented by no one. Listen, man, we'll be back on Thursday. But for now, Sage, say goodbye to the people.
Well, we talked about talent. I don't know if that made the cut because it was a lengthy subject, but I'm glad we had it. But hey, we were talking about talent earlier. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully, I'm not a plant. Again, shout out the TSO community and new and hopefully and still. The next plaque I want is to match this baby right here. I'm hoping for the gold plaque, man. We working towards 500K. The grind starts now. It took us a couple years to get to 100K. I was scary of dodging that shit, but now we getting better reactions out there. We going to go back to the offline videos, maybe eventually, hopefully. I don't know. I literally just need to figure out what I want to talk about. And most importantly, man, we're gonna do it my way. Shout again, man. Last time I'm addressing the haters, but that's crazy. I got tweets, I got comments of you niggas telling me while I was down, while you was disliking, while you was unsubbing, while you weren't even on my channel, but you came to my channel once I told you I made the pivot on Keep It a Buck on Stage. They told me to stop. No, I'm gonna do my own thing. Take care and stay blessed. I'll see you next time.
All right, Damo, say goodbye to the people.
All right, Chaz, being my favorite midnight snack, and we will be back Thursday, but I'm about to be back in 10 minutes because I'm going live after this. If Omar does throw that space up to talk to music shit, I will definitely join that. Y'all can catch that conversation. But yeah, pull up to the stream if you niggas is bored, ain't got nothing else to do. We're gonna be getting into a lot of foolishness and bullishness.
Bullishness.
That was crazy. With that being said, bye guys.